So if you pressed this video, that means that you've reached question number 2 on your teacher-led practice. Unfortunately, the problem that you see does not have letters that already match. Well, rather than do the problem for you, I'd like to let you practice it. I'm going to give you another example where we can solve using that same method. Now, when I look at this problem, I notice that my x's do not match. This has a 2, this has a 1. I notice that my y's don't match. This y has a 3, this y has a 2. But I bet I could multiply something to one of them, or both of them, to make them match. So first of all, choose a point. Choose a letter. First of all, choose a letter. Now you actually have a choice. Do you want it to be the x, or do you want it to be the y? Well, how about if we choose the x? Now I notice that this x has a 2 and this x has a 1. What would we have to multiply to this 1 to create a 2 so it would match? We would have to multiply a 2. But now remember, in the world of equations, if you multiply something to 1, you have to multiply it to all. So we're really going to take this second equation and we're going to multiply by a 2. Now remember our second step? Doesn't our second step eventually say that we're going to draw a line and add or subtract? Would you prefer to add or would you prefer to subtract? Now most students like to add. If you prefer to add, your signs need to be different. So that means if I just multiply by 2, wouldn't 2x and 2x have the same positive sign? So instead of multiplying by just a regular old 2, I'm going to make it a negative 2. So here's what happens. Negative 2 times x becomes negative 2x. Negative 2 times 2y becomes negative 2y. Negative 2 times 1, or negative 1, becomes positive 2. So you have taken that entire second equation, multiplied everybody by a negative 2, and created this new equation. Now, did we have to multiply anything to the top equation? Nope, this top equation is just going to come right down here and get rewritten. 2x plus 3y equals 0. And you are now ready to do step 2. We're going to draw a line and we're going to add. Negative 2x plus 2x cancels, which is what I wanted to happen. That's why I chose letter x. Negative 2y plus 3y is a positive y. And 2 plus 0 is 2. In that one quick step, we found out what y is. Now we're going to take that answer, step number 4, after we solve. We are going to plug that answer in and find the other letter. Plug that answer in and find the other letter. So here we go. We're going to take this 2. We can go back to the first equation. We can go to the second equation. And you know what's even weird? We can go to that third equation that you got after you did all that multiplying. Out of the 3, however, I would probably pick the first one. So I'm going to write 2x plus 3y equals 0. We know that y really equals 2. So that's going to make a 2x plus a 3 times 2 equals 0. 2x plus 6 equals 0. To solve for x, we have to subtract 6. And to get x by itself, we have to divide by 2. So I end up with a negative 3. My final step is write your answer as a point. A point, an x and a y point. So I hope that helps. Now go back and try the teacher-led example. Again, if you're having trouble, just raise your hand and I'll come right over to help.